Okay, these are the tools that we used for this job. You're going to need a 1/2 inch drive to undo the belt, okay? And we just use a reducer down to, so we need a 13 sockets, a 10 millimeter, couple inch extension. Big fan of these Harbor Freight. I know they're cheap, but man, it helps a lot. 13 millimeter wrench, 10 millimeter wrench, 13 millimeter wrench, small screwdriver to get the little red safety thing loose. This is worth its weight in gold on this. 13 millimeter snubby ratchet wrench, regular 13 snapper, and small wrench. And that's all. It's a pretty simple job. There's only 4 bolts. Only 4 bolts. 2 bolts holding the lines down, and the serpentine belt, and the electrical connector, and that is it. So good luck. All right, first thing I'm going to do is we got to take that the pulley off right there. So to do that, all right, you're going to put a 1/2 inch drive there and turn that. But the important thing is there is a nut right up here. I can't get the camera in here, but there's a nut. There's a nut right here. See that? What? That's what you got to loosen. What? To release this pulley, to take the pinch tension off, to get the belt off.
What now?
And that's how you're going to get the belt off. Belt really needs to be replaced. Then we just got, I don't think the radiator's hose has got to come off. I really don't.
Coming straight out the bottom.
Huh?
It doesn't matter which angle I'm looking at.
Don't strip it out, because they probably didn't send you a new one, and it's usually in there. That's why you got to get your angle right. That's why I was going to try and put a wrench on it. Don't round it off. Now you can put a socket on it once you got it loose.
I
Put a
know, but I
socket
gotta
on
do
it.
this one too, so I might as well do it at the
Just
same
get
time.
that one. You move that line out of the way and you'll have more room.
No, they come off at the same time.
No, just this one loose. But now that it's not tight,
I should be able to just...
you need a swivel. You got to put a socket on the end of it first.
It's on there.
Women.
Whatever, don't even. That's not even funny.
Do you need a shorter one? Can you get the longer ratchet on there?
I can't get it. It's hard.
Well, now you can get the longer ratchet on there.
But I can't get enough.
All right, one of these ratchets works wonders that are flexible. You can buy them at Harbor Freight. But you got to be able to get leverage on it. See, this, I would have had ratchet wrenches, Missy. There we go. Okay, that's your left one. That's your right one. And just wiggle it out. Try not to mess up the O-ring. All right.
No, I got new O-rings.
Now we got 4 bolts right there. And the whole thing will come out now.
15.
You know which one? Huh? That's mine. Now you know which ones those are, right? You know which 2 you're taking loose, right? All right, you just pull that
right
red
there?
tab all the way out. Well, looky there. 1 AC unit.
Now, where's those rings?
Taken out by a girl. by a girl. So anybody can do it.
Hey now.
That's the way Chryslers have always been.
Charged.
They've always been this way.
I'm gonna look at line up before I do anything. And put this pad back in before I try to enable it up in there.
You need to read the directions.
No.
It says you must drain shipping oil. This compressor may contain shipping oil. Drain shipping oil. What I want to make sure before we go to all this trouble is that this compressor may contain shipping oil. Drain shipping oil. And manufacturer recommend oil type and amount through drain hole or suction port. All right, we got to make sure that, come look at this connector. Make sure this connector is going to slide. I got into this on the Jaguar where the connectors wouldn't fit. So we're going to have to take this manifold and put here. And of course, we have different size bolts. And somebody didn't tell me to bring Allen wrenches.
What is this? What is this for?
So we got to put this there. See, this here is going to fit about 100 different cars, and that's going to make it. The electrical connections are the same. Good.
All right,
That's good. Shade tree mechanics, so we're going to do this under the shade of a tree. All right, number 6 Allen wrench. 6 Allen wrench. This model is an HS15, so we're going to torque to 12 to 19 foot-pounds once we transfer and put the gasket and transfer this manifold over. Okay, the reason I'm doing this is because they're round. And if I do it on the ground, on concrete or a workbench, it's going to roll around. I can put it there in that little bit of divot. If you get you a 1/4 inch socket, you can put your Allen in there. Because this is full of oil. See, I'm even... it should not be that hard. It's only 20 foot-pounds. All right. Oh, this one's just finger tight. Cool. All right. Guess I should get my impact driver out. We're going to use a rubber hammer. That way we didn't nick anything up. All right, we got a new ring. There we go. All right, now we're going to have to go get us a pick. Get that out, put a new one in. All right, here's our new one. How's it going to go? It's going to go like that, isn't it? Okay. But I really think we need to coat this with oil, so we're gonna glove up and we're gonna coat this with oil after we get a pick and pull it. I'm probably gonna have to go get a pick, but I was hoping maybe not. All right, so it's gonna go just like that. And of course it don't want to stay. But I want to get a little bit of this oil out to help with the compression when I go compressing it down. we're gonna go crisscross. Remember, this is going to be 200 pounds of pressure behind it on the high side. Now the low side's not that much, but all right. Okay, 216 inch-pounds or 18 foot-pounds. So instead of turning my inch-pound torque wrench up, we're just going to use this big one. You want to take your time and crisscross them. That ain't much, but since we're doing AC and a gasket, I want to make sure it's right. About the same you do on your oil plug on your car. Alright. The instruction says to set it on the pulley for 3 minutes to let the oil lubricate the front seal, or it will leak. Then once it's in the car, you need to turn this 10 revolutions to push excess oil out of the compressor. This is a 2-person job. So as she pushes it up there, I'm going to try and put the top nut in. A snubby 13 ratchet wrench makes wonders of this. There's no way you could turn a full length one. I don't want to get it all the way tight until... Alright, while you pull on this 1/2 inch ratchet, there is I really don't know what you're going to call it. There's a nut up here on this pulley that locks it into a slot. And that's what's going to keep your tension. So you're going to pull this one, or have somebody pull this one back as hard as you can. And then you reach up in here on this nut and tighten it up as tight as you can, and then we'll tighten that one. You know, wish I had a impact with a swivel, but man, this ratchet from Harbor Freight is real effective. Look at that. All right. Now one more and we'll be done. Yeah, if I had an impact on a swivel, I'd be done already. Okay, it's pretty easy, but she went and put the right line in before the left one. Put the left line in and get it tight before you put the right one, because it's real hard getting access. But if the right one's not there, the left one's real easy to. Do not put the driver's side line on until you have the passenger side line on. That way you have plenty of clearance to tighten it down. Left, right, I don't know, it depends upon who you're talking to in front of the car. So we're going to say passenger side. Make sure it is totally secured and torqued down to spec before you attach the driver's side. And now all we got to do is plug plug our wire back in. But please read the directions, okay? I remember going through this with other ones, okay? You need to turn it upside down for 3 minutes, okay? After you add oil to, then once it's in place, you need to rotate it 10 revolutions after the hoses are connected prior to starting the engine. This will pump excess liquid lubricant out of the compressor cylinders and into the system. Then with the engine idling, you're going to turn the compressor on 10 to 12 times to burnish the hub and pulley face, removing any machining glaze or rust inhibitors, and enhance the complete surface contact. So don't just turn it on and let it run. You need to turn it on and off, on and off, on and off 12 times. Okay, these are the tools that we used for this job. You're going to need a 1/2 inch drive to undo the belt, okay? And we just use a reducer down to, so we need a 13 sockets, a 10 millimeter, couple inch extension. Big fan of these Harbor Freight. I know they're cheap, but man, it helps a lot. 13 millimeter wrench, 10 millimeter wrench, 13 millimeter wrench, small screwdriver to get the little red safety thing loose. This is worth its weight in gold on this. 13 millimeter snubby ratchet wrench, regular 13 snapper in. Okay, we need to vacuum it down, and then we're going to charge it with 24 ounces of R34A.